because that's really, I think, what's needed. We need a bigger conversation, and we're going to use technology to do it. You know, for me, Black lives have always mattered. That's not new. Black lives have mattered from the beginning of time. What's new is the willingness of people to talk about it. And we have an opportunity to amplify the discussion and to move things forward, especially today. This town hall we're doing, We the People, is going to have some of the biggest voices for change in the country, all in the palm of your hand, including Killer Mike, who is just a legend in my mind. Jamel Hill is going to be here. We're also going to hear from Elaine Welteroth. Now, she's an author, but she's already made history. And she's made history because in the history of Condé Nast, with all the magazines they own and control, only two people have ever been named editor-in-chief, and she is one of them. So please welcome to this conversation, Elaine Welteroth. Look, I am so happy that I get a chance to have this conversation with Elaine. I mean, this sister is just bad. She's bad. She's a New York Times bestselling author, award-winning journalist. She's been a judge on the new Project Runway. I mean, she messed with Michelle Obama. She's just bad. So I want to talk to you about this moment. It's just been such.
Hard to get out of bed that morning, let alone. So we, intersectional feminism and social justice issues, Black Lives Matter. You're right that there was no model for success. Certainly, I won't say scary, but there knew that we had to do the right thing, and we felt like we had to be a part of the right side of history. And I'm very proud to say that we have been, and I'm so proud of the team there that's leading that charge today. But you're right in that I think a lot of companies are now confronting that same reckoning of what do we mean now? How do we mean
Mm-hmm.
more to our community? How do we right size to make sure that we're meeting this moment and that we
Mm-hmm.
are on the right side?
On that, what do these brands need to do to get relevant and to catch up to this moment?
So there's three steps I would say that any individual brand or corporation can follow. First of all, you have to take inventory of where you are. You can't be a part of a solution if you don't recognize how you are part of the problem.
Oh, you better
And
preach.
so
Oh, can you say that one more time? Just preach.
I think like nobody wants to say they're racist. Nobody wants to I raise their hand and say I haven't done my part here, or I recognize that I could do better. And so
That's
it's
right.
I think important to just acknowledge what
That's step one.
what you play, what part have you been playing in this, and take inventory. What does the complexion of your newsroom look like? Who's in your
Mm-hmm.
boardroom? Who has those board seats? And let's look at every level of management all the way down to the intern level. Take an honest assessment of where we are. And I don't mean just looking at your campaigns. And so we have to push ourselves to go further. And so that's part of step one,
That's
is
step
taking
one.
inventory. Step
Mm-hmm.
two, take ownership, acknowledging
Wow.
where you need to change, where you need to do better. And then the third step is take action, do better,
Mm-hmm.
commit
Do that.
to being a part of solutions that are going to move us from where we are to a better, more equitable future.
So, for example, Sephora said they're going to give 15% of their shelf space to black-owned brands. Now, I think to me, that's a lot. I mean, does that strike you as too much, too little? I mean, what is that when you talk about taking action? Is that the kind of action, or what kind of action might really meet the moment?
Is there something I can do with my contacts, with my experience, with my skill set? What can I uniquely do? I hope everyone's asking themselves that question.
Mm-hmm.
And one of my very close friends, Aurora James, and I were having a conversation when all the protests were kicking off about what we want to see from companies, because we were starting to see all the we stand with the black community and Black Lives Matter was starting to come from companies that we're just like, how in the
Really?
world is this by this corporation when they have zero black people in their executive leadership team? Something's not adding up. And so what we sat there and we thought about, what is our ask to brands? So Aurora James, who is my dear friend, and she is a black business owner. She's a successful accessories designer. She and I spoke, and she decided that she was going to say, I want to start something. And
Yeah.
this is the kind of the origin story for what became the 15% pledge. And now the
Gotcha.
15% pledge, which Aurora James founded, and I'm working with her on, it's saying to corporations, specifically big box retailers, you need to go beyond making a statement to stand in solidarity with the Black community. You need to go beyond even a one-time donation. What we are asking for is 15% of your shelf space to be dedicated to supporting Black businesses, Black owned businesses. That is a
That's great.
big ask. And the reason we
It,
decided 15% is because 15% of the population, nearly 15% of the population is Black. So let's see
right.
ourselves represented equally on your shelves. And
That's
it has
amazing.
been 3 weeks, and this thing has already exploded. It has gotten so much momentum, which is so exciting to see. Listen, I hope that we can empower Black business owners because they are the
You are.
most impacted during the coronavirus. And for anybody who's watching and wants to get involved with the 15% pledge, I really encourage you to go to the website 15percentpledge.org and sign the petition. So help us keep the pressure on these companies to continue to fuel money, to put money back into the Black community. And if all four of these retailers that we're targeting take this pledge, This will mean over $14 billion being funneled back into the Black community. So it is a really big mission, and
Yeah.
we're really excited about the impact that we can make if we all come together and push brands to do the right thing right now.
Well, listen, I just want to thank you for what you're doing. I want to thank you for what you've been an educator, you've been an inspirer. Now you're somebody who's